There once was a book called Moneyball, and a movie, too. Hollywood loves alternate reality, you know. It was devoted to the triumph of the Oakland Athletics, a small market team that, never really triumphed, but won a lot of games. They owed it to Tim Hudson, Mark Mulder, Barry Zito, Jason Giambi and Miguel Tejada. But author Michael Lewis barely mentioned those all-stars. Instead, he laid flowers at the feet of general manager Billy Beane for finding undervalued role players such as Chad Bradford and Scott Hatteberg. It was a neat narrative for those who think baseball fits neat narratives. Since Beane is still there, and the Athletics have squatters' rights on the American League bestseller, there has been no sequel. Too bad. Lewis didn't wait a few years. The real Moneyball is played at Dodger Stadium. Clayton Kershaw started Game 5 of the NLCS. True, he makes $33 million this year. But the other 8 players on Dave Roberts' lineup card came from the baseball equivalent of Dollar General. Kike Hernandez makes $550,000, which comes out to $183,333 per Game 5 home run. Cody Bellinger, Chris Taylor, Austin Barnes and Charlie Culberson made about the same thing. Justin Turner signed a new deal in January and makes $12 million, but last year he made $5.1 million. Logan Forsythe draws $5.785 million and Yasiel Puig made $6.5 million. You don't have to be Roger Daltrey to call that a bargain. General manager Andrew Friedman has played advanced Moneyball before. In 2008 he ran the Tampa Bay Rays, who won the American League with the third lowest payroll in baseball. He has the highest now. The same principles apply. Grow your own and then never quit looking for the blue sapphire in the rough. I want to make sure I give credit to former GM Ned Colletti and former manager Don Mattingly for laying the foundation for this, Friedman said in the Dodgers party room late Thursday night. They put together a strong roster. We were able to give those players the help they needed. Colletti and scouting director Logan White deserved that. White drafted Kershaw, Bellinger and Corey Seager, and Colletti signed Puig. Their regime also converted Kenley Jansen from scuffling catcher to majestic closer. But Friedman and his full cabinet of advisors have made their methods clear. They wanted better defense, which is why they shipped out Matt Kemp and D. Gordon. And they wanted versatility and depth. The Dodgers never deserved the best team ever balderdash, but from 1 through 40 they might have the most useful roster MLB has seen in many years. They also had the minor league assets to get 2 starting pitchers at the past 2 trade deadlines, Rich Hill and Yu Darvish, which made it possible for Kershaw to pitch on normal rhythm. Strength in numbers, as they say at Golden State. It's not who has the best players, but the most good ones. If it wasn't that way, Barry Bonds would have a ring or 3. In putting this together, the Dodgers somehow brought competitive pressure into this game of guaranteed contracts. Yasmani Grandal hit 22 home runs. He started 1 NLCS game out of 5. When Jock Peterson backslid this year, the Dodgers briefly sent him down to Oklahoma City and then left him off the NLDS roster. He hit 51 homers in 201,516 and had an .847 slugging percentage. No one dreamed Pedro Baez would be outside the playoff roster. He had a 1.13 ERA on August 13 and owned the 8th inning. Then it got repossessed. Baez struggled and the Dodgers did not have time to order new parts. He sat, and the bullpen has allowed 14 base runners in 2,823 innings in the playoffs. But Grandal, Baez and Peterson kept any resentments to themselves. Contrast that to the tension when Kemp, Puig, Carl Crawford and Andre Ethier were playing musical chairs in the outfield. But then who thought the Dodgers would pummel the Cubs by a cumulative 288 without Seager? Time keeps favoring the Dodgers. They have a long weekend to recover from their Chicago high. Hernandez, whose mother watched the game in Puerto Rico on a generator-powered TV, noted that he hit more home runs in Game 5 than he did in batting practice. Turner now has a career postseason ops that is surpassed only by Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. The Cubs, the last year's champs, did not score a run unless they homered. It's enough to make Friedman consider a book. He'll settle for a mini-series first.